Day number 4, and we ended up on this big old beautiful mountain. Welcome back, guys. It is still the Arkansas series. We are awake. It's right around 7:45 in the morning. Check out our campsite. Last night when we got here it was pretty dark, so I figured you guys probably didn't have a really good idea as to where we were camping and what we were camping in. So I'll give you guys a lowdown. Over here, you've got Lawson's little setup. This is where he slept in his beautiful hammock attached to that tree. Down yonder, just past Lawson, we've got our clothes, which we hung up to dry. Unfortunately, it rained all night, so our clothes that were meant to dry are pretty much just as wet, if not wetter, than they were when we hung them up. So that was a failure. Here's the trunk of the car that we kind of try to keep open in the morning for doing stuff. You get the cooler, which is fairly empty at this point. You've got pretty much no food in that cooler. Thankfully, we've got some MREs in here, which we're probably gonna start eating in the next few days. Under here, we've got our essentials. I mean, you guys already get that gist. I don't know if you guys noticed this, obviously you do now. We brought the truck all the way up on this mountain. Last night's drive was super freaking sketchy, and I mean that wholeheartedly and sincerely. Just take a look at the road that we took to get up here. Let me know if you can spot the road. It's right there, like right there. It looks no different than the rest of the forest, but thankfully with a little 4-low power we were able to get up and over a few humps and into our camping zone. This is the only spot on this mountain that I could see on maps that is completely open, and it overlooks this amazing view. This might have been my favorite camping spot right next to the spot yesterday when we were on the river. Okay, let's move on. Down below we got a wiener pup. Up top we've got the tent. So that's the setup. It's a nice little system. Everything stays close together. If you had to guess how much water's in there, probably
like a quarter left, maybe a little less than half. It's
quarter.
Not super heavy.
Okay, so we started off with 5 gallons of water between 3 dudes and a pup. My guess is we're probably, I think Wilson's right, we're probably either right just below 10 liters or right at 2 gallons, which isn't a whole lot. That is, again, okay though, because we came prepared with a filtration system. Yesterday, you saw us drink from the straw. Something we have that's a little more practical is we actually have a pump, a filtration pump, so we can get large amounts of water, put them back into that thing, and be good to go. Take wiener and place gingerly into car. Okay, let's scoot on out of here. Peace. Holy nut. Wow. Now looking at this path that we took during the day, I just now realized how freaking sketchy that was and slightly stupid it was of us to go up something like this in the pitch black darkness. Wow. I cannot believe we drove through this last night. This is not a road. What was I thinking? Going down or up this hill was a lot freaking easier. We're not going northeast, we now need to go northwest. This is the part of the trip that we kind of have made it all the way to the eastern part of Wichita National Forest, and we're gonna start making our way back towards Dallas. That doesn't mean we're literally gonna go and hop on the highway towards back home, but we are gonna start doing a big horseshoe. So this is like kind of right at the bend of the horseshoe, and then we're making our way over the northwestern territory. After countless miles of driving through this big ass forest, I might have found something worth fishing, worth stopping at. This is kind of a weird situation. I've actually been looking all over for a pond like this, and it took me 30 minutes to finally get to the route. And I'm not even positive this is even the route that connects to where the pond's at, but I'm feeling pretty confident right now that this might be where we need to go. So there is 270, this big road, very populated area, and the main turnoff is right here. If you turn off here, you're just hitting the fat dead end. But there's this little itty bitty tiny road, I think it's like right there or something like that, that if you drive through all of these woods and these forest areas, I think it'll dump you out right on this little pond. And that's where we're heading right there. It looks like nothing. Look at that, we're driving through the trees. Isn't that weird? It's so crazy to think that like half the stuff isn't even plotted out. And the gate's open, so I think we're golden. There is a pond down yonder. Holy smokes, check this joint out. This looks dope. This actually looks pretty good, guys. I'm pretty excited to fish this.
We looking at some largemouth in here?
We're looking at just a plethora of species, bub. Yeah, it's a good looking edge. It's a good looking pond. Kinda wanna peep it. Mission accomplished. Now we need to catch some fish.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say what it is.
I found them. Literally. You've got to be kidding me.
No, you did not, dude. Where were they?
They were not in this car. Someone put them in this car.
Dude, where were they?
I went to go grab to where I'm pretty sure I put some jigs earlier. And I'm like reaching for something and I feel something, I pull it out. And it is the mother. Dude, this would have saved us so much time. Do a quick rewind to why this is such a very vital and annoying moment. One of the plans was to have a raft, so it's like portable, we could fit it in the car and then like inflate it and deflate it when we need to and come and go. But we're missing an essential portion to the raft. Now before you go and blame John B for getting the plugs, this thing 155% did not come with any plugs. And that is the challenge that we're facing right now. So just to catch you guys up, if you haven't seen like what, 2 or 3 episodes ago, in this whole expedition we started, I had this big plan where we were gonna bring the raft with us. I bought this raft before the trip and we were gonna do this big river float. But when I pulled the raft out, Lawson and I realized that there were no plugs. And we also noticed that the packaging was like a little roughed up. So maybe we figured someone messed around with the package, returned to Cabela's, and we had a faulty raft. Meanwhile, here are the plugs. I cannot believe this, dude. Like, I'm so pissed. That is the reason why we had to do the whole canoe float, because we thought we didn't have a raft. We thought we didn't have plugs to the raft. They are right, they've been in the car the entire time. This, you can't make this up. Oh my God. I like picked them up and just fell to the ground. I've never been so devastated before in my entire life.
I felt like we dug through the car so unbelievably thoroughly.
We tore the car apart.
We just gotta think about things as positive. Like, everything happens for a reason, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Because of that, we got to do the really cool canoe float. We got to meet Frank, who's a super cool dude. Like, I don't know. We got to camp on a cool island.
No, it's great. It's great. It's just like this caused me so much turmoil.
Yeah. Hey man, you better go pick those up. That's littering.
I'll pick them up, I promise. I'll pick them up. I'm going to pick them up right now. I had to release some anger. I'm pissed.
That's like $200 straight down the pipe. When I got to Texas, John and I went to Cabela's like 2 hours before we left to go on this trip. And John's like, we need a raft. We really need this raft and we're gonna use it. We're gonna float the creeks in it. We might even go take it to an island and camp on it. And then our first night or second night, we're trying to set up the raft and we just couldn't find the plugs or find anything. And so we basically spent, I don't know, what was it, yesterday, 2 days ago, just trying to figure out a solution for this dumb raft that basically would have worked this whole entire time. But now we're winding up our trip and the raft doesn't even matter really that much.
Get that thing out of my face. I'm so pissed right now.
Way to go, Ron.
I'm so pissed. Way to go, Ron.
What, I can't blow up the mattress?
Okie dokie, let's get active. I'm liking that shady bank. What about you, Lawson? That's where you're heading? I want to head there too. We'll both go. We'll both go there. That brush over there looks really good. This pond could produce. I don't know. I mean, it's a hidden pond, so I doubt too many people come back here. I'm sure it's known, but you never know. I mean, this was tough to get to. You definitely couldn't drive your sand back here, no doubt. Super woody. Oh, I just had one. Little bluegill or something. He's on it. I got him. Oh, little largemouth. Look at that. I thought it was a bluegill the way he's pecking at it. First largemouth of the trip for me. It's funny to think that this whole trip we've been fishing for smallmouth. Feels weird to hold one of these green guys. Nice. Fell victim to the jig. First one, Lawson. Little one. It's so big. Big Arkansas LMB. Sweet. That's when you get bit, man. Just got hung up. I had a nice bite and I can't lose this jig. Okay, going back. Going back, going back. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Yo, can you help me out real quick? That was not what I meant to do. I am an idiot. I let go too soon. We have issues. I went to try to do the whole toss the rod into the tree trick and it didn't work. Then I was like, hey Lawson, can you help me out? Then he tried getting my frog, or he tried getting my rod with his frog, and then he got his frog hung up. It's a CF out here. Oh God. Grab one of you. There we go. Nice, let's get him. Oh, is that a bite? I think I just got nibbed. I might have just gotten a nib. Oh yeah, that's a nib. He's got it. Got him. Oh, fish on. He's in the grass. He's coming out. Yes! Slim shake. Hit him hard. Oh no, these largemouth are about the size of smallmouth we were catching. Pretty fish though, really clean. Seems like this place is like hardly ever gets pressured. Like I'm not seeing a single wrapper, a single piece of fishing line. It's kind of great. I love this feeling. Fishing a new territory like this. All right, see you, bud. Feels weird throwing a bass right back in the grass. Is that a fish? Is that a freaking fish? That's a fish. I'm on. Feels like a decent one. Holy smokes. This one feels pretty good. This one feels pretty good. He's coming up the jump. Ooh, it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. Come here. I'm skiing them. Wow, they feel like way bigger on the initial hook set because you get so much line out. Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. Arkansas. Got an Arkansas butte right here. Whew. She's big. Nice fish. Thank you so much for that. I legit thought that was like 3 pounds. I'm not even gonna like pretend to act like I didn't think that was a giant. Cause that was a good bite. Nice fish. Bada bing. You guys hear that? That is the sound of heaven. In Arkansas, I don't really get this whole Arkansas heat thing. I've lived in Texas for a little over a year and a half now, and I can deal with the heat, but this is just like, it's like so thick. Everywhere you walk, whether it be like through some grass or the woods, it just follows you around. I don't know, I'm not doing well with this heat, thus making me not as excited to be out here just sweating my butt off for some 12 inchers. I will say this stop was really awesome though. It was cool to find this hidden little gem in the middle of the Arkansas mountains. We are now officially heading out of Dodge and finding some bigger and better things. Wow. Seriously? I'm gonna pull over and look at the forecast real quick. We've got some options here. We can either stay here the night, do some cooking, do some camping, wake up in the morning and get on out of here back to Texas. Or we could stay, fish for a little bit, or just scoot, or we could just scoot right now because it's raining.
Let me pull up the radar.
Yeah.
I mean, for the moment, we're like semi-okay, but then it looks like as the night progresses, we're gonna get absolutely whaled.
Okay.
John?
Holy smokes. Oh my God. I think this is a sign. We're gonna scoot out of Arkansas. We're gonna leave this territory and see what Texas has to offer. Lawson has not fished Texas in quite some time, and to be quite frank, I haven't fished in quite some time either. So we're gonna fish some creeks, some rivers down there and just get active. The tour is not over, but we are switching states and switching plans. We'll catch you guys in Texas.